Josh, how you doing? How's the weight? I know you were just talking about how that's the worst part of your job.
Yeah, the weight's good. You know, I'm probably like, I woke up this morning like 182, which is pretty rare for me. Usually I'm about 85, 86 right about now. So I feel like I'm in good shape. So I think that's why the weight's coming off pretty good. Not that I'm not in shape every time I fight, but I think I focus more on eating better this fight and putting everything together. So when you live with you know, an ex-bodybuilder when I'm training with Wilcox, you know, he makes me eat pretty well. You know, it's pretty much eggs and potatoes, red potatoes, at least once a day, and then you know, sweet potato at night for my for possibly my snack, and then you know, chicken. So you know, it's good.
Where do you feel like you would fit in, and seeing as maybe it's going to be November before GSP's back, would you like to fit in? Who would you want to fight, you know, after this, per se?
As of right now, I just want to win this fight Saturday and put on a good beating on Mike Pierce, and you know, just have a couple drinks and make out with a cheeseburger.
Nice.
So,
Where do you feel like your biggest advantage is in this fight?
my biggest advantage, I think, is, you know, I think my power. I think you know, I got a lot of pretty much everything. You know, I think that he's good in, you know, pretty much all the areas, but he's not great. So I feel like I'm great. So that was pretty cocky, huh? Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Okay, redo.
Hey Josh, what do you think about Brittany Palmer being in Playboy?
Didn't know.
He doesn't read.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Did you see Ariani's spread?
Nope. Sorry, I missed it. Yeah, I don't pay too much attention to MMA stuff, so I'm too busy. You know, when you have the amount of apartments I have and gyms and all the shit that I have going on, and you know, flying and just, you know, everything I do is, you know, I just focus on me. So I don't have time to focus on anybody else. So maybe if you send it to me for free, I'll check it out. AK Fresno address. It's on my website.
Talk about flying and that hobby, and is that a good getaway from everything?
Oh, it's amazing. I think I'm addicted for life. You know, I actually on Monday I flew down to Burbank just for the day, and it was a getaway. You know, took one of my passengers, took her down, dropped her off. So it's good times. You know, I love flying. It's one of the things I get up there and just get away and look at the scenery and think. So it's a good getaway from the sport, because, you know, if you don't have getaways, you know, from this sport, it could drive you crazy, because every day it is like Groundhog's Day. You know, it's the same goddamn thing. I mean, I think I probably had over the course of this 11 weeks training camp, I counted the red potatoes that I ate, you know, and it was in the upper thousand. So you know, so needless to say, and I can tell you how many eggs I had. So and you know, you do 8 eggs a day. You know, you're you know, times 11 weeks, you do the numbers. So,
You're a big time gamer too, though, right?
yeah, I didn't have much time this camp to game. So the only game I really play is Call of Duty, and I think the new one sucks. So
Do you?
Yeah.
Can you give me some tips though, because I'm awful at it.
Yeah, you know what? You gotta hide, and you gotta stay low a lot in the new one, because you know, people are shooting me from so far away, and it's like,
Totally.
did you shoot me from over there? You know, you can't even see me. So, but it's a good game, and you know, it's an okay game. I like the old one better because I like zombies.
Here's a question. You know, you and
What
Josh.
level have you made in zombies? A question for you.
Wait, what?
Have you played zombies?
Of course I
What
play
level?
zombies. Not Josh. I'm a button masher. I stink at it.
43.
Damn.
Not too bad.
I know last time you threatened to give me your gamer name and you wouldn't. So.
I won't.
All right. Well, what kind of plane do you fly?
I fly a Cherokee, Piper 140, 160, and then this past week I flew a 172 Cessna. You know, just little different things. But my typical plane is a Piper 160, so that's what I fly every day. But I like to test them out. My new plane is a SR-22 or the Columbia 400. So they're a little pricey, but that means I got to really whip Mike Pierce on Saturday. So I got a good beating, because you know. So, but yeah, it's fun. It's a fun hobby, and it's one of the things I just discovered about a year ago, and just been in love with it.
He's a bigger guy, Mike Pierce, for 170, but you had Anthony Johnson in the past as another big opponent. So
He's big? Oh, he's a midget. That's why I hired Jasper back, a little Muay Thai guy. He's like this tall. He's like 5'7". So he's thick, you know. He gets fat, but he's not very tall. And no offense to midgets, love them, but Mike Pierce is considered one of those, or what do they call them, small people. So I don't want to disrespect anybody, but he's typically not the size of a 170 pounder. So.
I'd be remiss without asking, what'd you do with the fro? It's looking pretty blonde these days, and it hasn't been that blonde in a little while, has it?
Yeah, it's I just kind of had a wig. I wasn't even going to do it. I was going to shave it off for this fight, but Dwayne wouldn't let me. Prick. So as my manager, he said no chance. But yeah, man, life is good. I'm in a good place, man. Regardless, Saturday night I'm coming out to fight my ass off, and you know what? My saying throughout this whole camp was I could do anything for 15 minutes. So, and that's the plan. Is it's 15 minutes. You know, it's a small portion of life, and I've trained my ass off for 11 weeks, and I'm ready to roll.
You actually, the last time you did a Q&A, you mentioned that you had ADD, and fighting kind of saved you from that. Could you kind of talk about that for a second?
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, one of the things about it is, whatever it is I do in life, I do it, 100%. I become obsessed with it, and it's whether it's from gaming to flying to fighting. It's I want to be the best, and I don't rest at night, and I don't sleep at night until I become the best. And it's one of the things that I'm still working on in this game, and that's why I'm still here fighting. Now I could walk away tomorrow if I want, just be like, all right, I'm done, But the ADD won't let me, so I got a lot still more to accomplish in this game.
What are your goals in this game? I mean, you sound like being a contender at welterweight is still important to you, but you've also talked about going up to 185.
Yeah, I just want to take. I like to take big fights. I think that's the biggest thing for me right now is taking big fights. This guy isn't a big fight for me, but I accepted the challenge. So guess what? Take in my brain, inside my brain, I got to motivate myself to put him as a big fight. Because I lose to him, where's that put me in the division? Way at the back. I might as well think about retiring if I lose to this guy. Or just taking fights for money. Obviously I fight for money. I'm kind of a gold digger. So so show me the money. And regardless of the big fight at 185, which I'd love to have, I'd love to fight some of those guys. I think Vitor Belfort would be a great fight for me. I think Vanderlei would be a fun fight for the fan. I just want to please people, put on good performances, have hype, get excited about training because training sucks so bad. It's Groundhog's Day every day. You want to have a purpose and a reason to go to that gym. And at the end of the day, get to slap somebody in the face. So be all right.
And a little bit of fun. What do you think about the loss of the Gladiator opening for the pay-per-views?
What happened?
They got rid of him. The Gladiator got cut.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. I forgot you don't read this stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know. Sorry. Well, that's good to know. It's cool. It's going to be different,
Yeah.
It's different. The UFC has come so far. Think about 2005 when the Ultimate Fire was on, what the sport was. It's compared now, now you have, all you guys here now. You guys weren't here in 2005. None of you. I don't see one person that I've seen, maybe one. All right. MMA Weekly. Yep, they were here, right? Yeah. So, the rest of you guys, you weren't here in 2005. Sorry, but, let's be real. It's what the sport's done, and it's how far it's come. And, with sites like the MMA Weeklies and all the other sites that you guys have out there, it's great, man. Keep the coverage going because you guys help build the sport. Not only do we as fighters, but you guys are the ones that are pushing it and, driving traffic and getting the news out there and the content. So we appreciate that.
Who do you see winning the main event Saturday?
Me. I am the main event.
Diaz and Condit.
Oh, that fight? Is that on the undercard?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll probably go with Diaz. Just for the hell of it. I like the chip on his shoulder. It kind of reminds me of myself. Except for I'm a little easier with the PR. And I don't miss 3 fights together. The one fight was that he was supposed to make was at 420. I think he was in the bathroom. Swear to God, I was in the OC office signing the posters. His flight was at 420. And he missed it. I think he was in the bathroom.